And we'll begin actually in child's pose. So come on down into your child's pose. At first, have your arms extended and relaxed onto the floor. So this will be our starting point here. Let's come into Ujjayi breath. Establishing a steady rhythm as you feel your body grounding and connecting to earth. Remembering why you're here on your mat today. Feeling the movement of the ribs as you take each deep, full, slow Ujjayi breath. Breathing to expand and widen across the rib cage. And also noticing the pauses in the breaths, between the breaths. Keeping all this going with the breath, just activate the arms, lift the elbows, walk the fingertips to the top of the mat. And feel that stretch now growing long as well. So we're still breathing to broaden through the ribs, but also lengthening the spine. Release the hands down to the mat, elbows down to the mat, palms come. So you'll bend the elbows and just bring the palms to touch the back of the head, fingertips perhaps on the shoulders. If you want to bring the palms together, you can take that variation. And just take a moment here to really set an intention for your practice. One more breath. Release the hands and walk the hands off to the right side. So hands come off to the right, left hand stacks on top. Head drops down, press back through your left hip, just a couple breaths into left side body. What are you feeling and experiencing? How can you meet your body as it is? Back through center to the other side again. So not too much time here. Just enough time though to get a few really purposeful, fully present breaths into side body. Hands come back through center now, and you'll slowly walk up. You'll come to Virasana Hero Pose, sitting onto the knees. If you need that block between the feet to sit on the block, that's fine. Hands come onto the knees, gazes forward to the wall or to the floor in front of you. We'll make 3 ohms here. Please exhale the breath. And take a deep inhale. Oh. Now bring the hands, palms together at the heart. Take another inhale. Oh. Opening up into Padma Mudra. So index fingers, thumb, just the pinkies and the thumbs together. Hands open up at the heart. Breathing in, last om. Oh. Come forward to tabletop. From our tabletop here, right arm goes up. Take a breath in. Twist and open the spine. Exhale, dive the arm through, but we're not coming all the way to the floor. So just dive the arm through. Imagine someone's pulling on your hand to twist the spine, opposite direction. Inhale, arm up to the sky again. Exhale, dive through. Once more, inhale, arm up. And this time we will come all the way to the earth, dropping right shoulder to the floor, right ear to the floor. Left arm comes up to the ceiling, palm faces forward. Just start to let that hand drop back. Relax the weight in the head. If you want to take your hand around for the bind, see if you can grab the inside of the thigh. Breathe long into your spine, even as we're twisting and opening. Shift your hips back towards neutral if you can. If your weight's really off to this side, move the hips towards neutral. Notice what that does. Good. As you exhale, unwind the hand, press back through tabletop and find angry cat. So weight shifts forward into the hands, lift the back of the heart, head drops, fill the space at the back of the heart between the shoulder blades, stretching the fascia there. Maybe head moves side to side. Good. Neutral spine. Left arm goes up. Inhale. Exhale, dive through, but not to the floor. So someone's pulling on your fingers there. And inhale, left arm up. Exhale, dive through. We'll take one more. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, dive all the way through. Left ear to the floor. Right arm comes up, palm faces forward. Start to let that hand drop back, stretching through the shoulder. And if you want, you can now take that hand around the back, grab the inner thigh. Make sure the neck is soft here. And just play around with the hips. So the hips might be shifting off to the right side. See what it's like to bring them back towards neutral, all the while breathing all through the spine. One more full breath. Good. Unwind back through center, angry cat just for a moment. One inhale, arch the spine. Good. And find neutral. Now, right leg comes up behind you. Ground down through your right hand, left arm reaches forward. Gaze down to the mat. Feel that strength along the core. We'll inhale here. And as you exhale, elbow and knee come together. Press down into the hand and knee on the floor. Arch the spine, belly button to spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl, hold. See if you can really bring that thigh towards the chest. Squeeze the heel towards the buttock. Let the head drop. Last breath. Good. And set that down. Left leg lifts. Keep the pelvis nice and square. Right arm reaches forward. Gaze is steady. Breath is stable. Shoulders move away from the ears. On your exhale, elbow and knee come together. Squeeze and hug everything in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lengthen. Very good. Curl in. Hold this time. Squeeze the heel to the buttock. And release down. Sway the hips side to side. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Hips lift up and back and walk it out. Breathing into the calves, into the hamstrings, into the hips. Let this feel good. You can even bring some movement into the shoulders and the head. Make it your own. We'll walk the feet forward and the hands back. Feet go wide for squat. Yeah, we're coming into squat already. Let those hips go down. Palms touch. Take a couple breaths. Greeting these hips with a nice, strong squeeze right off the bat. 2 more breaths. Release the hands down, straighten the legs, toes point forward. Ragdoll, hands to opposite, elbows here, and gently sway the torso. So now deeper into the hamstrings. Let it feel good. Knees can bend, both together or one at a time. Let the head be soft. And sway this torso gently, sweetly, lovingly, kindly. As you come back to center, release the hands down. Exhale, belly and thighs together. We'll inhale to roll up. Big breath as we come to our feet for the first time. Keep the feet nice and wide. Interlace the hands together. Squeeze the palms, straighten the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades. Start to lift the hands first. Breathe into the front of the chest. You can soften the knees, let the tailbone drop down and get a little heavier. Last breath here across the front of the chest. Exhale, chin gets heavy. Slowly, the weight of the head pulls you forward and down again. Hands stay interlaced. And now the hands fall overhead. Play around with straightening the legs any amount. But it's not so much for the hamstrings as it is for the shoulders. So give your effort and attention to making the hands heavy. You might sway the hands to one side and then to the other. Last breath. Nice. Hands come down. Squat again. Toes turn out if they need to. Hips come down. Hands touch. This time, rather than having the hands here, palms together, see if you can bring the backs of the hands together. Or that feels okay. That actually doesn't feel very great on my wrists. So bring your palms together again, and then just let the hands rotate forward and out and down, and then focus on lifting the wrists back up. That feels much better. All right, from here, let your hands come down. Place your hands purposefully, conscientiously onto the floor. Turn the middle finger out away from each other just a little bit. These are like our monster paws. All right, we're gonna lift the hips, point the toes forward, lift up onto the heels, knees bend, knees come onto the upper arm just below the armpit. Start to play with shifting the weight forward. Chin is lifted, gaze is forward. Maybe we stay right here, both feet on the ground. Maybe one foot starts to lift or the other foot. Maybe we can get both feet up and squeeze the heels to the buttocks. Breathe. And release. Back down to squat. All right. Inhale, halfway lift. Heel toe the feet together. Exhale, fold, standing forward fold. Let your head release. Hands wrap around behind the calves. Give yourself a little squeeze. Try to shift the weight forward into the ball of the foot. Send your sitting bones up to the sky. Nice. So we have the feet together. We're on our way to chair. So not everyone likes to have their feet together for chair. If you like to have your feet wide for chair, you can certainly do that. Whether the feet are wide or the feet are together, bend the knees deeply. We have the chest onto the thighs. Now, try to shift your weight into your heels here. Shift your shin bones back and try to pull the ribs up off of the thighs now, right? So we'll feel that core start to activate. And the arms are going to come straight out to the sides this time, right? Now start to lift the chest a little more. Shift the weight into the heels. Knit those front ribs in. Let the tailbone drop. Keep breathing. Arms out to the sides. One more breath. Nice. Exhale, slowly, slowly resisting gravity back down to earth. Touch the mat, heel toe feet wide, squat down. Palms touch. You can take any variation with the hands. If you like, backs of the hands together, fingers pointing down, or rotate the prayer hands forward, whatever feels best. Steady your breath into your hips. See if you can press the elbows out into the knees squeeze to resist, spine lengthens. Exhale, hands to the mat. And inhale, straighten the legs, point the toes forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold nice and deep into hamstrings. Inhale all the way up, sweep the arms out and up. Look to the thumbs overhead. Exhale, hands back to the heart at the top of your mat. Samasthiti, grounding through the feet. Release the hands down by the sides. Separate the feet, hips, distance, breath of joy. Inhale, the arms come up. There's a little bit of a pause here at the top of the inhale. And then exhale, bend the knees with an audible sigh. Let everything go. Two more. Come up and exhale back to that Samasthiti. Notice the invigoration. Steady your breath, Ujjayi Pranayam. With feet together, inhale, send the arms up. Grab onto the right wrist overhead. Press down through the right foot and lean to the left. Inhaling back up through center and switch your grip. Hold on to left hand. Go straight up with your inhale. Press down through left foot and exhale, lean to the right. Inhale back up through center. Good. Exhale, the hands release down to the side. Weight shifts into right toes. Left ankle crosses, hands to hips. Begin to bend the knee, sit the butt back. Palms to the heart. Standing pigeon. Breathe into the hip. Steady gaze. Nice. Now keep your ankle crossed as you press into your standing leg. Stand up. Send the arms out with an inhale. As you exhale, the left arm comes forward first, right arm stacks on our way to eagle. Wrap those arms around. Either keep the legs as they are, or if you wish, you can bring the thighs together, tuck the toes behind, and sit down into Garudasana, eagle pose. With your exhale, slowly unwind everything with control and grace and beauty. Palms touch, take a breath. Exhale, hands to hips. Shift the weight into left standing leg, right ankle crosses. Begin to squat it back. Palms to the heart, gaze focused. Breathe into right hip. Nice. Ankle stays crossed. Press to straighten standing leg. Inhale, sweep the arms. Good. Right arm comes forward this time. So left arm stacks on top. Elbows and palms wind together. Maybe the thigh and calf wind together. Sitting down, keeping the shoulders over the hips in Garudasana. Very good. Unwind nice and slow with grace and purpose. Palms touch. Tadasana. Let the fingertips rise to the forehead. Align with your intention. Once again.